Good morning students, myself Rohini Chogle. So my chapter for you people is unit 2, that is DC circuit analysis and transient circuit. Okay, so the syllabus for DC circuit analysis and transient circuit is the DC circuit analysis, voltage and current sources. So students, already all of you familiar with the voltage and current, means what you mean by voltage and current. In this chapter also we learned about the voltage and current sources, Kirchhoff's current and voltage laws. There are two types of Kirchhoff's laws, one is current law and one is voltage law. Next, derivation of Thevenin's theorem, derivations of Norton's theorem, derivation of superposition theorem, derivations of maximum transfer theorem. So in this chapter contains only voltage and current sources, Kirchhoff's current and voltage law, and derivations of Thevenin's, Norton's, superposition and maximum transfer theorem. So there are four theorems are there in DC circuit analysis. DC means what? Direct current circuit analysis. Next, in transient circuit, theory of growth and decay of current in RL circuit. RL circuit means resistance and inductance circuit. Theory of charging and discharging of capacitor in RC circuit. In RC circuit there will be a charging and discharging of a capacitor. So that theory of charging and discharging of capacitor in RC circuit, time constants of RL and RC circuit. In RL and RC circuit we have to calculate the time constant. Measurement of high resistance by leakage method. This measurement of high resistance by leakage method, it is one practical. Okay, it is one experiment is there in your practical also. So this is about the syllabus copy. First one is DC circuit analysis, transient circuit. Okay, now let us move to the DC circuit analysis. In that, first we see the introduction. So what you mean by the DC circuit analysis? Any electrical circuit containing resistor. Already you know about the any electrical circuit. Take any electrical circuit that will be a containing of resistor, capacitor, inductor and generator. So what you mean by the resistor? Resistance means what? It is the one, it is opposition to flow of a current. So resistor, it is an instrument which helps to oppose the current. That's why resistor were used. Next, capacitor means what? It is a type of electrical instrument that stores the charge in an electrical field. So inductor is that stores the charge in magnetic field. So due to that inductor, magnetic field lines are produced around the that coil. So inductors are used. And generator, connected in series or parallel. Already you know about how to connect the series and parallel with resistors, inductors, capacitors. This is basic things. Already you all are familiar with the resistance in series or parallel, capacitor in series or parallel, etc. is known as electrical network. So any electrical circuit containing resistor, capacitor, inductor and generator, any one connected in series or parallel is known as electrical network. Kirchhoff's laws can be applied to analyze any network. So Kirchhoff's laws, there are two types of laws. One is current law and voltage laws. Okay, so these laws can be applied to analyze any network. Kirchhoff's laws and the network theorem can be applied to both DC and AC network. So this is very important. Okay. So Kirchhoff's laws can be applied to both DC and AC network also. Next, voltage source. So what do you mean by the voltage? Voltage is the pressure. Okay, take any coil or any material, there will be a flow of electrons. Due to that flow of electrons, current will produces. Okay, there will be some pressure. Due to that pressure, voltage is produced. So pressure is nothing but a voltage. Okay, so in voltage source, any device that produces voltage as its output continuously. Okay, take any devices that produces an voltage as its output continuously. So continuously it will produce an output is known as a voltage source. There are two types of voltage source. So here these are the some basic things. Okay, before starts the DC circuit analysis or a theorem, we have to know the what you mean by the voltage source, current source, etc. So voltage source is what? Any device that produces voltage as its output continuously is known as voltage source. So there are two types of voltage source. One is direct voltage source, another one is alternating voltage source, that is only DC and AC. direct voltage source and alternating voltage source. So what we mean by the direct voltage source? A device that produces direct voltage as its output continuously is known as direct voltage source. So voltage source means what? Any device that produces voltage as its output continuously. So DC means what? Any device that produces direct voltage as its output continuously. So this is about the DC voltage source. Examples are cells. Cells means batteries. Next, DC generator. Okay, the equivalent circuit of DC voltage source is, okay, this is about the DC voltage. First one is a resistor. EZ means this is a cell. Okay, positive and negative terminal, this is cell. So this is about direct voltage source. Means what? A device that produces direct voltage as its output continuously is known as direct voltage source. This is a circuit for DC voltage source. Okay. So next one is what? Alternating voltage source. First one is direct voltage source. Second one is alternating voltage source. A device that produces alternating voltage as its output continuously is known as alternating voltage source. Okay. So here in a direct voltage, a device that produces direct voltage as its output continuously. Here alternating voltage as its output continuously is known as alternating voltage source. Example is signal generator, AC generator and oscillators. Oscillators. Okay, in oscillators, these are the one types of an electrical instrument. Okay, high pass, low pass, etc. These are the filters also. Filters also examples of alternating voltage source. Okay, next, the equivalent circuit of DC voltage source is, see here, this is Z means resistance and this is cell. Here Z means impedance. Impedance means total internal resistance. Okay, so this is Z and EZ. So here alternating voltage source is over. So what do you mean by the voltage source? Any device that produces voltage as its output continuously is known as voltage source. There are two types: direct voltage, alternating voltage source. Direct voltage source means any device that produces direct voltage as its output continuously. Cells and DC generator. So this is a resistance and cell. Okay, in alternating voltage source, a device that produces alternating voltage as its output continuously is known as alternating voltage source. Signal generator, AC generator and oscillator. Okay, the equivalent circuit of DC voltage source is Z and EZ. Next, ideal voltage source. So what do you mean by the ideal voltage source? A voltage source in which internal impedance Ri equal to 0. Impedance means what? Impedance is a total. So impedance. So ideal voltage source. A voltage source in which internal impedance Ri equal to 0 is known as ideal voltage source. So what do you mean by the impedance? The impedance is termed the internal resistance of the source. This is an internal resistance of the source. When the power source delivers current, the measured voltage output is lower than the no load voltage. Okay, NL, it indicates NL. The difference is the voltage drop caused by the internal resistance. So the impedance is nothing but the internal resistance of the source only. So how the impedance will produces? When the power source delivers current, the measured voltage output is lower than the no load voltage. Difference is the voltage drop. Okay, when there is a measured voltage output is lower than the no load voltage, the difference is the voltage drop, then it will produce as an internal resistance. So what do you mean by the ideal current source? A voltage source in which internal impedance Ri equals to infinity is known as ideal current source. So already I told about what we mean by the internal impedance. That is nothing but internal resistance of the source only. So in ideal voltage source, what happen? Internal resistance, that is Ri equals to 0. But in ideal current source, internal resistance Ri equals to infinity. So this is symbol for ideal voltage source and this is a symbol for ideal current source. Next, constant current source. So what do you mean by the constant current source? A voltage source in which internal impedance Ri is greater than RL. Means this is internal resistance, this is load resistance. So internal resistance is greater than the load resistance is known as constant current source. So what do you mean by the constant current source? Ri is greater than RL. Internal resistance is greater than load resistance is known as the constant current source. So constant current source symbol is, this is a symbol for constant current source. Next, what do you mean by the passive element? A component of circuit which receives electrical energy and then either converts into heat or stores it in a magnetic or an electrical field. Okay, a component of a circuit. Okay, in circuit it will contains the component. Those component may be resistor, capacitor, inductors, they can be. Okay, so a component of circuit which receives electrical energy. Okay, those component can receive the electrical energy and then either converts it into heat or stores it in a magnetic or an electrical field. See here, in any circuit contains the component. Those can be resistors, capacitors, inductors, etc. So which receives the electrical energy, those component receives the electrical energy and then converts it into heat or stores it in a magnetic or electrical field is called a passive element of the circuit. So the examples are resistors, capacitors and inductors. Okay, these component can stores the heat, these converts heat or this stores in a magnetic or an electrical field. This is about the passive element. Okay, next, active element. So what do you mean by the active element? A source of EMF which supplies electrical energy to a circuit is called a active element of the circuit. So what? A source of the element, a source of EMF, sorry, not element, a source of EMF. EMF means what? Electromotive force. So what do you mean by the electromotive force? Electromotive force, energy per unit electric charge that is imparted by an energy source such as an electric generator or a battery. This is known as the EMF, electromotive force, which supplies electric energy to a circuit. Okay, a source of EMF which supplies electrical energy to a circuit is called as the active element of the circuit. So passive means what? A component of circuit which receives electrical energy and then either converts into heat or stores in a magnetic or an electrical field. So active means a source of EMF which supplies electrical energy to a circuit. Okay, in passive element which can converts it into heat or stores the magnetic or electric field, but in active element which supplies electrical energy to a circuit, this is known as active element. So examples are diode, transistor, IC, etc. Diode means what? To get a high output from a small signal input, the diodes are used. Transistor means what? In your PUC, transistor is a 3-terminal 2-junction device which acts as an amplifier. Next, IC means integrated circuit. IC 555, IC 7400, these are the examples of integrated circuit. Okay, etc. Next, network. So what do you mean by the network? Any electrical circuit containing resistor, capacitor, inductor and generator. Already all of you familiar with what you mean by the resistor, capacitor, inductor and generator connected in series. In series or parallel is known as the electrical network. Okay, any electrical network means what? Already you know, resistors are connected in a series, that is known as network, or parallel, that is known as network. Similarly in capacitor and inductor also. So there are also two types of network. One is passive network, another one is active network. So what do you mean by the passive network? Any electrical circuit containing only passive elements is known as passive network. So passive elements means what? A component of circuit which receives electrical energy and then either converts it into heat or stores in a magnetic or an electrical field. So any electrical circuit containing only passive elements, these types of elements is known as a passive network. Similarly, active network means what? A source of EMF which supplies electrical energy to a circuit. So active network is any electrical circuit containing only active elements is known as active network. Okay, next, what do you mean by the branch? A group of elements in series and having two terminals is called branch. Okay, a group of elements in a series. Series means what? 1 2 3 like that. Parallel means one upon, so up and down, but in series means continuous manner like this, in a straight line manner. A group of elements in series and having two terminals is called branch of the circuit. Obviously the components are two terminals means, sorry, the components are connected in series means it is having two terminals, that is known as the branch. Next, junction. So what do you mean by the junction? A point where two or more branches is called junction. Okay, there are two or more branches. Branch means what? A group of elements in series only having two terminals. Okay, first one is start, last one is end. So in junction, a point where two or more branches meet is called junction or node. Okay, junction or node both are same only. Next, loop or mesh. What do you mean by loop or mesh? A set of branch forming a closed path in a network is called loop or mesh. A set of branch forming closed path in a network is called loop or mesh. So see here students, what to learn now here? Voltage source. So what do you mean by the voltage source? Types of voltage source, ideal current source and constant current source, passive element, active element, network, junction, branch, loop. Okay, these are the basic definitions of the electronics. Okay, this helps to learn about the further electronics chapter. Now Kirchhoff's voltage law. Okay, already I told you. So what do you mean by the Kirchhoff's laws? There are two types of laws. Kirchhoff is the name of the scientist. He published two laws. One is voltage law, another one is current law. So what do you mean by the voltage law? In an electrical network, algebraic sum of EMFs, electromotive force is equal to the product of current and resistance in different parts of the loop. Okay, already Kirchhoff's voltage law and current law, this will learn in your second PUC. See here, very easy this is. In an electrical network, okay, in an electrical network, algebraic sum of the EMF is equal to the product of current and resistance in different parts of the loops. Here, algebraic sum E1, E2, E1 plus E2 plus E3, these are the EMF of the algebraic sum. Okay, those can be written as summation of E. Okay, capital E1 plus capital E2 plus capital E3 so on up to plus capital En. Those are the algebraic sum of the total EMF. Those can be written like this: summation E equal to summation I into R. I means what? Current. R means resistance. The product of the current and resistance. Okay. So Kirchhoff's voltage law is nothing but algebraic sum of the total EMF is equal to the product of current and resistance. Simple, no? This is about Kirchhoff's voltage law. This law maybe can be asked. Next, Kirchhoff's current law. So what do you mean by Kirchhoff current law? In an electrical network, algebraic sum of current meeting at a point or junction is equal to 0. Otherwise, the sum of current entering any junction is equal to the sum of current leaving that junction. See, this is easy. So what? The sum of current entering any junction, okay, incoming current is equal to the sum of current having that junction, leaving that junction, means total incoming current is equals to total outgoing current, that is summation I equals to 0. See here, this is one node or the mesh. This is where this is I1, this is incoming current, I2 outgoing, I3 incoming, I4 also incoming, I5 outgoing, I6 incoming, I7 outgoing, I8 outgoing. So what? The total incoming current is equals to total outgoing current. So the current entering the junction are taken as positive and those leaving the junction are negative. See here, this is important. The current entering the junction means the incoming current are taken as positive and those leaving the junction are taken as negative. See here, I1 is incoming, so that is positive. Okay, minus I2 is there, means that is outgoing. Next, I3 is incoming, I4 plus, I5 is minus, I6 is plus, I7 is minus, I8 is minus. So that written like this. Next, I1 plus I3 plus I4 plus I6 equals to minus in this side become plus plus this means plus I2 plus I5 plus I7 plus I8. This is about Kirchhoff's current law. So Kirchhoff's voltage law and Kirchhoff's current law, these are important for your examination. So what to learn in this chapter? DC circuit analysis. Okay, so this is only voltage and current sources. Kirchhoff's current and voltage laws are finished. So next class I want to discuss about the derivations of Thevenin's theorem. Okay, very big theorem is there, but very interesting theorem. Before coming to the next class, first read these definitions, whatever I discussed in this class. What you mean by the voltage source, types of voltage source and symbols, current source, internal resistance, impedance, and what you mean by the network, branch, junction, loop, Kirchhoff's voltage law, Kirchhoff's current law. So Thevenin's theorem, how to derive the Thevenin's theorem? Using Kirchhoff's voltage law and current law only we have to prove the Thevenin's theorem. So before attending the second class, first you have to read this class, then it will easy to understand Thevenin's theorem. If you have any doubt, please contact me. Okay, thank you.